Welcome back to Luxury State of Mind. My name is Damia Shodi, and my goal is to empower you to live your version of luxury every single day so that you can live a luxurious life. And we do that through embracing authenticity so you can live a value and identity based life. So, welcome back to another episode. Hope you're having an amazing day so far and that the year, since it's just begun, has been amazing for you. So, we're going to be talking about, because I know the ambitious ladies who listen to Luxury State of Mind may struggle with this, and this is actually something that I was really struggling with, which is pressure on how to spend your time. Pressure around allocating the appropriate amount of time towards things, getting things done, or feeling like you can't miss out on an opportunity. So constantly acting fast and all that stuff. So the pressure is getting worse and worse. But after this episode, the pressure will not be getting worse and worse. So as we're cozying it up on the couch here, I have my fan favorite tea here. Apple crumble coffee cake. Very good, very nice. What are you drinking? If you are drinking something while watching this episode, let me know in the comments below. It's been a cool little ritual to have that tea and all of that available while we go live. All right. So let me just run it back. Let me just chit chat with you. Okay. For the last, I would say, week or so, and really like I'd say more towards the week, I just kept feeling pressure. Pressure of the things that need to get done, pressure of everything that needs to get done, um, what I need to do. It felt like no matter where I turned, the list began to grow, right? Similar to you, you have a lot of things going on. You are balancing a lot of different balls in the air, right? You may be just like me, where you work and you are also building your business as you're working. And on top of that, you may even be somebody who's a mother. You may be a wife and you are trying to build relationships with those in your immediate family and then maintain the relationships outside of your family and then do all these things. So it feels like pressure. And I was feeling this yesterday. So I'll talk about this part first. I was feeling a pressure yesterday because it was MLK Day yesterday. And like you, I like to use my time wisely. I aim to use, especially my off days, I use that as an opportunity to get a lot of things done as best as I can and all that stuff, right? When I tell you, I've been feeling this feeling specifically last week, waking up in the morning and the minute I open my eyes, it's almost like my to-do list is like this on top of me, or like trying to stay up with the disciplines that I've kept, like taking walks in the morning, or do I work out, or but I need to spend quiet time, and I all this stuff. So every day it felt like I'm waking up and I'm feeling this immense pressure. And what I would try to do is continue to just stick to what I had already agreed with myself that I would do, despite that feeling of pressure, because that feeling of pressure can make you just kind of act chaotic in a way. Like you just have to do something, like to relieve yourself of that pressure. It's like I just have to do something. I don't know. That's how kind of how I feel. Like you may want to just be like, you may wanted to have maybe prayed or spend time in your word, but then it's like, no, I have to go complete this. Or maybe you wanted to exercise, or you wanted to spend time with your kids, and it's like, no, I have to go and so you'll be like running around like a crazy person. That's what the pressure tries to make you do. So anyways, almost every day last week, except over the weekend, I kept waking up with this immense pressure of things that I have to get done, that I have to complete. I'm in a growth season, probably similar to you. There's new things that I'm having to do and people to answer to and all this stuff. So Monday, same thing. I felt that pressure because I want to use the time wisely. And I remember feeling very chaotic. I was about to start running around because I had woken up later, right? So it was an off day, so I don't wanna wake up early. I do not wanna wake up early. So, I sat down and decided, "You know what? Let me just sit down and do my quiet time. Let me just make sure I sit down and just kind of center and ground myself before I get into what I believe was the chaos of the day." Well, first of all, actually, before I did that, well, in my quiet time, I actually wrote a brainstorm, like a brainstorm list, and that's actually very helpful. If you need to like clear things out of your head, write everything in your head down on paper so it's out of your head, right? That's actually what I did at first. And I felt like, "Oh, yeah, like, I can do this, like, alright, everything's out. I can, what's a priority?" Because learning the skill of prioritizing and realizing, like, what's most important or what will push you to to your next, being able to see that throughout your whole entire list. So I was like, "Oh, I think I got it, I think I got it." But I was still feeling really like, "Ooh, I don't know about this. I don't know if I can actually do this." I'm still feeling that pressure. So I decided something that I've been doing recently because I've also been getting, woo, encouraged by the Lord to let go because, you know, control is a real thing. Being organized and disciplined is good, but sometimes it can be a way to control. So I've been encouraged as somebody who's an ambitious person to kind of sometimes let things like flow a little bit, or they don't have to be the same every day. And if I don't show up the same way every day, does it mean like I've missed it or I've lost it or whatever, right? So one of the things I've been doing from time to time is reading this devotional. Not really a devotional person, but I did get this one by Jackie Hill Perry called Upon Waking, which I actually really enjoy. I think we share the same sentiments. Um, so I've enjoyed this. But there was something that I read. You remember that chaotic feeling I was telling you about? After I read this, that feeling went away so quick. This is what she said. She said, "Yes, you may be busy, but it's possible that you are also proud. Pride is the true enemy of your prayer life. Pride deludes us into thinking we're self sufficient, that our jobs supply our needs, our relationships provide comfort, our intellect and our ambition make us successful. But in fact, everything you are and everything you have is because God reigns on the just and the unjust." So then, to become more prayerful, we have to be humble. To be humble, we need to be honest. Each morning, tell the truth. The truth being, you're needy even when it doesn't feel like it. Then turn toward God and pray. When I tell you with a quick swiftness, that feeling of dread and went away so fast because I was like, "Oh, let me get before the Lord and submit this day unto Him. Let me give Him my time." And it's not because I always have to remember this. It is harder to believe this than you think, that there is nothing that I can do to put myself in the right positioning of God. It is only through Christ that I am in right positioning with the Lord. That's it. But sometimes we want to work towards those things, but you can't work towards it. And in this case, what this reminded me of was, girl, do not think because of your ambition, because of your discipline or your character or whatever, that you can sustain yourself. Submit this to God. Does it mean that I was not submitting my other days to God? Not necessarily. I was. But something about these words that day spoke so, just something in me, and helped me to realize I don't need to carry this burden of the day. I don't have the wisdom or the capacity to know how to handle this day. Yes, I know the things that need to be done, but I personally do not have the capacity to handle the day. Doesn't matter how disciplined I am. Doesn't matter how structured I am. I don't have the capacity. And I felt that weakness. And I remember that scripture that Come to me who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And as I read this, it was just an invitation, like, I will give you rest. Like, come to me. And usually quiet time looks different. And especially now that I'm trying to take my hands off a little bit more with the structure and all this, it just looked like journaling. And I was actually just being honest. That's been where I've been lately, just being honest and writing. And when I tell you I could feel the weight lifting off my shoulder, first of all, the brain dump did help. So practical things, taking what is in your mind and writing it down. You can do this with God. Actually, that's actually part of how I plan my week every week. Taking what is here and putting it on paper so it's out of your head gives you space. Like it's like an instant release. From there, I said, or this is everything. Like I feel whatever it is that I was feeling, right? And then you, whatever you're feeling. And I just kept writing and just kept sharing how I felt and then reminding myself who God is. And looking into that scripture that she had mentioned, it was in Matthew 5 that how did it go? That everything you have is because God reigns on the just and on the unjust. That's Matthew 5 45. So I just kept reading that and meditating on it. And what was so interesting was as I sat in that place and submitted myself to just spending some time, it's like strategy for the day came. How to tackle what to tackle first because there were different priorities that I was looking at and I couldn't figure, which one do I do? Usually I'm pretty decent at being like, okay, this is what we're going to prioritize, but there was a lot of them because I'd lost a little bit of time over the weekend. Well, I won't say lost a little time. I just had to like, be a human being for a little bit and spend time with people that I love. But it's like do this first. It's like I had the thought in my mind, and my mind wasn't as jumbled and as crazy as it felt. It's like, do this first, and then do this. And it's like as I took action and did that first, I was like, let me just focus on this one thing. Because one thing that I talk about, encourage, teach is like think about your top 1 to 3 priorities. But if you only could do one thing, what would be the main thing that you would do that would push you forward, right? So I did that one thing. It required me getting about my house, driving somewhere, and funny enough, fixing a printer or learning how to use a printer that I bought. But because I went there, it actually empowered me and what I achieved to do, I actually achieved it or I succeeded in achieving it. It opened my mind that okay, this can be done, this can be done. Okay, let's look at this. So then what was on that piece of paper wasn't just information anymore. It was, oh, this is like this can be done. This can actually be accomplished. That can be accomplished. I got strategy. So what am I trying to say here? As a woman who because I know you and I are probably very similar. You have goals, you have ambitions, dreams, and it could be in career, it could be in your business that you're building. It could be in again how you're showing up, your family, how you're treating others, whatever it may be, whatever luxury is to you. I know that we have a tendency to just we like to attack. Like we are very diligent. We know this is what we're gonna do, this is what we want. But sometimes our own abilities just can't help us get to the other side. We have to be women who rely on the Lord and submit our plans to Him, even on a daily basis. I love that she said that so then to become more prayerful, we have to be humble. To be humble, we need to be honest. Each morning tell the truth. The truth being you are needy even when it doesn't feel like it. Then turn toward God in prayer. Because of how skilled we may be or what we've done in the past, what we've done yesterday, we may be tricked to believe every day that we are the reason that we're being sustained, that our abilities are what sustains us. But as luxury minded women, we are women who depend on the Lord. Of course, we need to act, right? Faith without works is dead. So you can't tell me that you believe a thing is for you, or that you can have this thing, but you have no action towards it. That doesn't mean you have faith. And as you're having that faith, be able to go before God and ask for that wisdom on how to navigate the day. So in this year for you, you may not need more strategy. You probably have all the strategy. What you need is the wisdom on how to apply that strategy so that every day can be progressive for you. Funny enough, every week since I've joined Arise and Shine, for most weeks, I plan my week on Mondays in the morning, and I do it in prayer. And what I do is I write down, all the things that are in my mind that are like just basically swimming in my mind. And then I start putting dates to when these things can be done. So there's a strategy behind accomplishing these things. But I go in this with prayer. And most times or sometimes how I plan it doesn't go as planned, or sometimes it literally goes perfect, if not better. But I'm learning to be flexible and believe that God is leading me every day in what I should be doing. So that's just an invitation for you. Allow him to lead you. A lot of the pressure you may be feeling, especially as we are getting towards the end of the first month of the year, we're heightened at the beginning. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, yeah, like New Year's resolution. But now things may be kind of dying down a bit. That doesn't have to be your case. And we can look at it a little bit differently. You can submit your plans to the Lord and allow him to give you wisdom on how you should go about it. And then also not feeling so much pressure to have to act quickly all the time, or to feel like you're missing out on something. Um, I know we are women of action. Like, we want to take action on things, but sometimes we may act too quickly, or feel like we have to feel pressure, or feeling pressure because we just feel like we have to do something, because we feel like we're going to miss out on an opportunity. I just want to encourage you that whatever is for you is for you. You're not going to miss out on any opportunity. And again, everything you can bring it before the Lord to give you wisdom on how to go about it. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I just felt that I should encourage you and help you to know that you're not alone on this journey. You have big dreams. You are going to amazing places. You are at an amazing place. And you are a luxury minded woman. You just need that reminder on the days that you are feeling pressure to act and to move and to do things in a chaotic way without being grounded and intentional. That's just not the case. That doesn't have to be your everyday or be your story. We have a helper. We have the Lord to walk us through and help us as we act and move. So if you found this valuable, I'd actually love to hear about that in the comments. Let me know if this was helpful for you. And another thing is, if you want to be able to meet like-minded women just like yourself, who are growing in their ability to live their version of luxury every day, align their lives with their vision for who they are, as well as the values that they want to live, then I encourage you to be a part of the Luxury State of Mind paid community. I'm going to have a link in the description of this episode. You can actually get on the wait list so that when I release the community or make it live, you'll be the first to know about it. So you can definitely look at that link in the description of this episode. And then also follow us on social, so you can see when we're having our next events. As of next week, we're going to be having our Dallas event, Conversations Over Dinner. And then in February, I'm teasing it now, if you are in Nigeria, we will be in Lagos on February 21st. Exciting! So more to come, more amazing things happening with Luxury State in Mind. We're going to make this truly a community. And then for those that really want to be held accountable towards their goals, that you like this message, it resonates with you, then the paid community is definitely going to be for you. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and I will speak to you on the next one. Bye.